Welcome everyone to the new Tilproof interview. I'm Wunder from Tilproof. You already know me. This is going to be one of the rare interviews we have in English language because today our guest is Blamous from Virtus.Pro. He is the head coach of the PUBG team. Blamous, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you for taking your time to take part in this interview. It is a special opportunity for our PUBG community to hear stuff about PUBG from international players or coaches in this case. So let's first open up a bit about you. You can tell me how your career started and how did you end up being a head coach for Virtus.Pro.
Kind of my career started with just posting some my thoughts on Twitter. Then I kind of got invited to my first team as an kind of was coach mostly for Team Unity. Maybe you remember such team during PCS2.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I was working with them. So later the team disbanded. They decided to go internationally. I kind of worked with them for a couple of weeks more. Then the team entirely disbanded. I worked there with my kind of new old teammate Hiruzen. You can remember him during PGIS.
Yeah,
I think.
that's right.
So I was working with him in Unity. Later, after the team disbanded, I kind of was thinking about continuing my career. Kind of wrote LFT in Twitter one more time, and got picked up by Digital Athletics for PCS3 as assistant coach. So we had a good performance for the team, kind of with the new player called Marco and 6 months as the coach. So later on we had a kind of poor performance on DreamHack, but it doesn't matter since we kind of did good in PCS3 and got invited to the PGIS. I went to the PGIS together with the team. It was really cool 2.5 months in Korea, and after the incredibly weird situation happened right before the ESL with Turkish lineup decided to leave Digital Athletics, and I still had a contract with them, so I couldn't leave. I still continued to work with the newest lineups that was picked up in 24 hours. It was a weird experience, I would say honestly. So later, kinda, my contract was almost ended. So I kinda got DM'd by VirtusPro that, hey, I remember you from Unity and you did really good in PGIS with DE. So maybe you could try out for a VP. So yeah, I was up to, and kinda here we go.
All right, that's a really cool road to be honest. But you have a track record of really good successes. You were on pretty much all of the bigger tournaments, so that's really nice. And can you tell me a bit about your daily tasks as a coach? Do you do more like a manager stuff, like checking out the tournaments where you can go, making sure everyone is ready for practice and stuff like that, or do you delve into like creating tailoring like tactics and stuff like that with the team as well?
I think both. So I kinda I'm on the manager stuff, and as well I'm watching a bunch of different events, especially in China, Korea. Kinda right now there is TMC event going on my second screen, so I'm watching it with my one eye on
Nice.
right now. So what's going there to learn something new, but kind of mostly kind of watching streams, how my team play, how it could be improved, or
We know everything about Virtus from like the CS:GO scene. They have a really big legacy, and I know you're probably the best European team. I hope nobody gets offended, and one of the best in the world. So, what are your long-term goals? Like, which events do you really want to win and become champions?
win PGC.
PGC, yeah.
obviously. Yeah, I think it's kind of a goal for everyone. PUBG scene.
Yeah. And have you won any recent tournaments in the past couple of months?
Kind of 2 weeks ago we won PCS4, and I kind of booked our trip to the PGC based on the points, or kind of we need some 20-30 points to currently qualify. But I think it would be kind of easy since we're both invited to the PCS
Mhm.
or and the ESL. So
Yeah, that's pretty good. Nice. Congratulations.
next.
All right, let's go a bit to the PUBG esports scene or the ecosystem. We know when we wanted to organize this PUBG Point Blank event that we had a lot of trouble figuring out when should it happen because the calendar is so hectic. So is it good to have a lot of events, or it's not very good for the teams?
Kind of depends on the exactly time. So of course every team should kind of have some 1 or 2 weeks after a month of playing, have some holidays. I would say we kind of have right now such ones, and the Tilt Prof event was kind of in the middle of the holiday hours. So yeah, that's kind of why we kind of mixed our rosters sometimes. So some players want to have a little bit more rest. So yeah, with the schedule we kind of had the PSL, and right after we had PCS4, so we kind of had a lot of time playing in a row. So in the last week players got a little bit tired already of playing. So kind of, for example, Batu is right now playing Witcher 3 for kind of think for 5 days and maybe more in a row. He kind of finished the Witcher with kind of playing every day 15 hours a day. So he's having a rest from PUBG.
Yeah, but that's good. I think that's great that players have a freedom to play other games as well. I know with some like League of Legends or CS:GO that it's considered a bad thing to play other games sometimes because of the competitive edge, let's say, that they want to have every single game. So it's nice to hear that they can play like Witcher and other genres where maybe some teams will think that their aim will deteriorate, but I think it's really nice that they can relax and have fun playing games. They don't start hating the job that they actually love. Okay, so let's talk about the PUBG esports. So we mentioned that the calendar is full of events that you really want to give your players rest after some big tournaments. So overall, do you think that the PUBG esports scene is developing in a good way? Is it stagnating? Or is it deteriorating and becoming less and less potent?
Kind of think that right now developers are still deciding what the formats they would go on. Continue kind of with the COVID situation. PCS4 is, I mean, all PCS events is incredibly good idea to host because of kind of missing LANs. All the LAN event like PGS, I guess Berlin was kind of the name of the event. Kind of the substitute of these kind of events, having a charity event, and then 1 to 3, 4, yeah, and 5 next when it's gonna be in September, I guess. So with that going on, the PUBG scene, kind of the only question is with the format. This MC format kind of almost no one lost. Kind of, but still everyone had a chance to play it in PCS4 and in ESL. We will have kind of full MC with all the qualifiers. I think that MC is not kind of incredibly bad as a system. It still can exist in qualifiers because kind of the main goal of qualifiers is to overall improve the quality of kind of overall quality of the teams. So, but sometimes with super we have such cases like we had in what the event was. It was ESL Open, I guess. The last one. That top teams and bottom teams start to kind of feeding in support system, kind of doing some trash stuff, contesting for the spots. In one game, in the other they don't contest, but in the third one they once again contest, and kind of have situations with 50 alive after circle 1.
Yeah.
So it's kind of really weird to watch and to play, of course. And after these teams that played kind of consistently these 55 alive lobbies, qualified to the main event, where after circle 1 we have 62 alive. They kind of don't know what to do, and overall it impacts the scene kind of heavily, I would say.
Yeah.
So at the end, we kind of watch all the time Virtus.Pro, Liquid Phase, Heroic, Navi, and kind of other consistent teams that place on top, and BBL, of course.
Let's talk a bit about our event, PUBG Point Blank. It was for fun event from our side. We wanted to test the mode out, and we immediately saw some of the bad sides, like the map disbalance with the zone that you can keep from one side, and it's super hard to contest from the other side and stuff like that. So we will definitely keep an eye on fixing that for the next iteration of the event. But overall, what do you think about the experience of the event? Is it like something fresh that can maybe be a repeating event that can happen multiple times a year?
I think kind of if we would be able to fix all the issues this format has, kind of like loadouts, for example, that has kind of only only 60 bullets, and your AR only is kind of sometimes of ARs you have kind of then kind of no grips, no muzzles, no extended mag, so you kind of just have red dot or X2 AK, really. Yeah, so if they would be able to fix it, also kind of maps should be fixed entirely, and how they, for example, one spawn is way better than the other one. So if they will be able to fix it, it's really fresh to play. So it's really nice. Almost feels like TDM.
Yeah.
But kind of. Yeah, I think it's good to play such event.
If we fix the stuff that we just mentioned, like the maps, the loadouts, would you come again?
Yeah, I think so. If we would have some time to play it, so yeah, definitely.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Blamous, for taking your time. Thank you for answering all of the questions. I want to thank you for the opportunity for our community to meet you and your players and learn more about PUBG scene and the work that you guys do. So thank you once again for joining, and hopefully we see you again in the next season.
See ya.